What's up, internet? My name's Ori. Welcome back to the channel. It is Monday, September 2nd, day number 49 inside the Big Brother house. To use the veto or not to use the veto, that is the question. And late night one-on-ones could decide the answer. Let's talk about that, plus all the intel drama and more from yesterday's live feeds. But first, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. You like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. To give you guys a little recap, if you haven't been keeping up with everything going on the feeds, Quinn won HOH, Angela, Chemo, and Rubina were his nominees, his target being Angela. Leah won the power of veto, and she feels like Angela is very good for her game. Will she take down Angela from the block? That's what yesterday was all about. Very long convo early with Leah and Quinn. Again, pushing that Angela is a vote for Leah if she makes the final two. She really wants her in jury. She's someone that people would take out in a double eviction. Quinn pushed back on that, saying like, hey, the house doesn't want this. You'd be going against everyone. It would create a lot of waves. And that he thinks she's got plenty of votes if she gets to the final two, even more than he could, because people don't care about the first half of the game once it gets to the end. I'll give Quinn a little bit of credit there. He's not wrong on that. When it comes to the jury vote, things that happened week 1, week 2, week 3, like nobody really cares about that, right? At the end of the day, they're voting for the people who they really like in the game more so than anything else. Very rarely are they looking at, well, this person made this game move over this game move. It's usually a little bit more bitter, or at the very least, just I like this person more than the other person, so I'm going to vote for them. So he's got a point there where Leah might be counting herself out with potential jury votes, and it all depends on who she's sitting next to at the end. So there really was no definitive decision there. She said she was going to talk to more people, but definitely kept pushing. I really want to save Angela. Speaking of, Angela and Joseph had a little convo yesterday or 2 days ago that was very blunt. And yesterday, Joseph started to feel kind of bad about it, that maybe he was a little too harsh. He feels like he has a bit of a mean streak, he told Chelsea. And he's like, maybe I should go apologize, which he did kind of talk to her a little bit about, how it all went down. But Angela keeps talking about how it made her feel. And she was mentioning, like, you know what? Saying to herself, if he can stir a narrative, I can too. So there could be a little bit of an Angela blow up that is in the works here against Joseph. We'll see how that kind of all plays out. People also really want Joseph up as the renom if Leah ends up using it. Most don't expect her to use it, but they are really looking at Joseph hard. He's done a really great job of just kind of ruining the great social game that he thinks he has. He just keeps telling people how he's got such a good game, that he'll beat people in the end. He thought he was going to beat Tucker in the end, and everybody's like, are you crazy, dude? Which is true. There's no way he was going to beat Tucker if he took him to the final two. But again, Joseph is a little bit naive and full of himself in this aspect of his game. Quinn's actually warned him. He's like, dude, you are starting to come off sketchy to people. You need to calm down. You need to relax. That whole thing with Angela the other day, like that was not good. People are spreading that around and they think you're just doing too much. You need to kind of, put it on the back burner. Doesn't seem like he's really listening to that too much, trying a little bit, but in the end, it's really not helping him at all. Meanwhile, T-Core, she keeps telling Chemo and Rubina that she is just so hurt by Quinn, and how, she would feel that, if he sends one of them home, Quinn might think she's mad now, but whoa, just you wait. Just you wait. T-Core, you only have yourself to blame. You should have really listened to Tucker. Tucker was telling you this from the start. You flipped on so many alliances, and it's like, yeah, you really only have yourself to blame for this. She also, kind of interestingly here, got mad at MJ for playing with Cam's hair kind of on Chelsea's behalf, right? So like T-Core's mad at MJ because Chelsea and Cam have little crush and she thinks it was disrespectful that MJ was playing with Cam's hair. And this was all during Quinn's HOH slumber party that everybody was in upstairs, which we didn't get to see a lot of, but they were out up there hanging out with snacks and all kinds of stuff. Now, Quinn then eventually asked Leah, "Hey, how have your meetings gone today? Like, what are you thinking? How's things going?" And she's like, "Well, haven't really had any meetings." So he gave her the HOH to have some one-on-ones with people to figure this out. This was very late at in the evening. Like it was like, come on, what are we doing here? You had all day to figure this out. Now we're doing this. So she goes, she has some one-on-ones with everybody upstairs. Most are telling her, hey, like, probably don't use it, right? But Chelsea actually pushed that, like, hey, it'd be great if Joseph went up. Like, I'd actually like all three of these nominees to stay. Angela told her that she wouldn't go after Quinn if that's what Leah wanted her, should she end up staying. And overall, like these meetings just went on and on and on, not actually even a lot being discussed about whether or not she will or won't use the power of veto in the end. But more just, like the crazy Leah conversations that we always end up getting. Now, the main event was actually Leah and Quinn finally meeting up. And again, I just get the vibe that she really, really wants to save Angela this week. Quinn is basically begging her not to do it. Keeps saying that it's going to end up making her a target. People are going to link you and Angela together. It's just not good for your game. She keeps pushing back that, you know what? I honestly think Angela's the only one who's looking out for me, really, other than you, Quinn. She's the only one that I would have in a vote. I just want her to get to jury. I want her to have one more week. You can go after that. I don't think people are going to link me up with her. Quinn keeps saying, like, no, like, eventually what's going to happen is you're going to take her down. Angela's going to go up on the block, and then you're going to put you up on the block next to her so that you don't use the power of veto to save her. It's kind of a back and forth. They really are not admitting to anything. In fact, I mean, they're still talking right now. I'm recording this and they have not made a decision. I just got tired of the way they keep going back and forth. And then eventually they go to, stupid jokes and bits that they're doing. They're not making any actual decisions here. And yeah, it's a thing. I don't know whether or not she's going to use it. She desperately wants to, though. And it feels like she is pushing back against Quinn every step of the way. Will she actually do it, though? I don't know. Another thing that's kind of interesting is because this has gone on so late, depending how early the veto meeting is, there might not be time for Quinn to really have the conversations on what he should do with the renom. We talked about how he has this plan to use a bunch of Skittles to, have a random draw with red and green Skittles. Whoever gets the red Skittle, boom, you're up on the block as the replacement. But if Leah keeps pushing this decision and kind of playing around with it, not coming to the conclusion that, hey, I am definitely using it, and she tells Quinn this, he doesn't have time to even really get this done. He might have to make a very split decision on who should go up. He's told her, like, if Joseph goes up on the block, I think he'll go home this week. So I don't see him putting Joseph up. If we go to our allegiance chart for the day, I haven't really changed too much. I've moved T-Court up a little bit, just because I do think she is at kind of just a smidge below Cam, right? I feel like Chelsea would keep Cam over T-Core. I feel like even now, maybe at this point, you've got Leah, MJ, who would all keep people like Chelsea, Cam, and even Quinn over someone like T-Core at the moment. But there's also like the girls alliance kind of thing that's being talked about with Rubina, Leah, MJ, T-Core, and Chelsea. But I don't think that's ever going to come to fruition as well either. It's a lot of interesting dynamics, but mainly for Quinn, who does he put up, right? You could put up Joseph, but again, he thinks he would go home, and that would not be good for his game. He would rather see Angela, or at the very least, Rubina or Chemo probably go, so you can at least get one of them disconnected from T-Core. Quinn still got this idea that he could trust in T-Core and that he can work with T-Core. T-Core, meanwhile, is looking at Quinn as his #1 target, right? Like she's going for him hard, especially if Chemo or Rubina would end up losing. I really feel like his only option, unless he doesn't want that renom to go home, because you could end up with MJ being evicted if she's the one who is put up. I could don't think I could see Cam being evicted over Chemo and Rubina at the moment, just because of the way the votes would go. Chelsea would vote to keep Cam. MJ and Leah would probably vote to keep Cam as well. Even Joseph over those other options, even though potentially he would be a huge threat and someone who probably should be voted out over the other two. I still feel like they would end up keeping him around over them. There's not too many options. I think the Cam one is still a risk, right? Really, his only options, there's only two that I think he could put up that would guarantee they would not go home. And that would be Chelsea, and I very much doubt he would do that. And there would be T-Core, and I really don't think he wants to do that either. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, because if she does use the power of veto, he is in quite a pickle. And again, there is still no final decision to be made. I'm going to call it there just because I'm tired of listening to them at this point. Quinn's even kind of left her alone in the room. She's just sitting there by herself. I've been listening in, trying to see if they come to a final decision, but it doesn't seem like it's happening. But I wanted to get this video out for you guys, because otherwise it'll be like noon when this video would come out. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. What do you guys think Leah should do? Should she use the power of veto to save Angela? And if she does use the power of veto to save Angela, who should Quinn nominate to go up on the block as the renom? Let me know in those comments down below. Thank you guys all again so much for watching. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button. You like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. We did have the episode as well last night. Not too much really to even go over from that as well. But yeah, thank you guys again so much for watching. We'll find out what happens with the veto today. I'll have all that information for you tomorrow morning, as well as we'll get ready for the actual veto episode. It's running tight. It's running tight as we're running down in this season. This week, while some might think boring, I think has a lot of really interesting social dynamics at play, and the weeks going forward are going to be even more interesting, because they keep wanting to create these big alliances, but they all keep falling apart. Thank you guys once again for watching, and I will see you next time.
There we go.
Ow! Give me a combo. Uppercut.
Right, left. Uppercut. Knockout.
Are you okay, Cam?